Good evening, everyone. We are the Group 4 and we are reporting about Lesson 10, the International Human Rights Law. So, the topic is all about the International Human Rights Law. Uh, The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, or UDHR, is the Universal Declaration of the Human Rights, or state that all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They endow and with a reason and constraints and should act toward one another spirits of brotherhood. Human rights law is transcends state boundaries by seeking to define, uphold those rights universally but every person regardless of national. The United Nations General Assembly on December 10, 1948 at Palais de Callot, Paris, not building treaty but a mere declaration of state of general principle of human rights by Humphrey 1979. So the UDHR are the agreements of global state about human rights law. So there are 30 articles of Universal Declaration of Human Rights, or UDHR. First, the right to equality. All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are free endowed with reason and conscience and should act toward one another in a spirit of brotherhood. Number two, freedom from discrimination. Um, Everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth, or other status. Furthermore, no distinction shall be made on this basis of the political jurisdiction or international status of the country or territory to which a person belongs, whether it be independent, trust, non-self-governing, or under any other limitation of sovereignty. So number three, the right to life, liberty, and personal security. Everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of a person. Number four, freedom from slavery. No shall be held in slavery or servitude. Slavery and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all their forms. 5. Freedom from torture and degrading treatment. No, no one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman, degrading treatment or punishment. So it means this article shows that no one have a right to torture you before the law. 6. Right to recognition to a person before the law. Everyone has the right to recognition everywhere as a person before the law. So everyone have a right to go where we want to go. So number 7, right to equality before the law. All are equal before the law and are entitled without any discrimination to equal protection of the law. All are entitled to equal protections against any discrimination and violence of this declaration and against any incitement to such discrimination. So, this article shows that um, before the law we are equal and no one shall not revoke it. So, 8, right to redeem by capable judges. It ensures the right to by an effective remedy by competent national tribunals for acts violating the fundamental rights granted by the constitutional or by law. It guarantees success or to justice and redress for violation of human rights through fair and impartial legal process. So, this law indicate that no one shall judge you without proving guilty. So, 8 and Article 9, freedom from arbitrary arrest and judgment. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest, detention, or exile. So, this article shows that no one arrests you without evidence or without arrest warrant. So, Article 10, right to fair public hearing. Everyone is entitled in full equality to a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal in the determination of his right and obligation of any criminal charge against him. So, everyone have a right to a fair public hearing whether you are poor or rich. Article 11, right to be considered innocent until proven guilty. It the same from Article 8 to 9. So, everyone charged with a penal offense has the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty, according to the law in the public trial, at which has had the guarantees necessary for his defense. No one shall be held guilty of any penal offense or account of any act of omission which did not constitute a penal offense under national or international law at the time when it committed, nor shall heavier penalty be imposed than the one that was applicable at the time the penal offense was committed. So, uh, the government have no right um, to I go to the jail and without any evidence that you are guilty. So Article 12, freedom from interference with privacy, family, home, and correspondence. Nor shall be subjected to arbitrary interference with his privacy, family, home, or correspondence, nor to attack upon his honor and reputation. Everyone has the right to the protection of the law against such interference or attacks. So it means that no one shall um, no one shall use your name or other like your family, friends, or against you. So the law has protected your privacy against the abuses. So Article 13, right to free movement. Everyone has the right to freedom of movement and residence within the borders of each state. Everyone has the right to leave any country, including his own, and return his country. So, this generation, we have a passport or visa to go other country, and we uh, we have permission to leave our country and go to other country. So Article 14, right to protect in other country. Everyone has the right to seek and enjoy other countries asylum from persecution. This right may not be invoked in the case of prosecutions genuinely arising from non-political crimes or from acts contrary of the purpose and principles of the United Nations. So this article protect you not only in your country but also in other country. So Article 15, right to nationality and freedom to change. Everyone has the right to a nationality. Um, of course, we have a right of nationality. Where you live and you have a right to your country nationality. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived with his nationality or denied the right to change his nationality. So Article 16, right to marriage and family. Men and women of full age without any limitation due to race, nationality, or religion have the right to marry and found a family. They are entitled to equal right as the marriage during marriage and it is dissolution. Marriage shall be entered into only with the free and full consent of intending spouses. The family is the natural and fundamental group and unit of society and is entitled to protection by society and state. So everyone have a right to have a family and also marriage. Law indicate that no one shall stop you building your family unless you can um, unless you are stable. So Article 16, Article 17, right to own property. Everyone has the right to own property alone as well as in association with others. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his property. So everyone have the right to their own property, not only for rich but also for poor. Article 18, freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. Everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. This right includes freedom to change his religion or belief, and freedom either alone or in community with others, and in public or private to manifest his religion or belief, in teaching, practice, worship, and observation. So Article 18 state that we have a right to have opinions, we have expression, and we have also a right to choose our religion. So Article 19, freedom of opinion and information. So everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and seeks receive and impart information and ideas through any media and regardless of frontiers. Article 20. Right to peaceful assembly and association. Everyone has the right to freedom of peaceful assembly and association. And also, no one may not be compelled to belong to be an association. Article 21, right to participate in government and elections. Everyone has the right to take part in the government of his country directly or through freely chosen representatives. Everyone has the right of equal access to public service in his country, and also the will of the people shall be the basis of the authority of government. This shall be expressed in periodic and genuine elections, which shall be in universal and equal suffrage and shall be held by secret vote or by equivalent free voting procedure. So, for example, voting for president or barangay elections. This is the example of Article 21. So, Article 22, right to social security. Everyone um, as a members of society has the right to social security and is entitled to realization through national effort and international cooperation and in accordance with the organization and resources of each state of the economic, social, and cultural rights indispensable of his dignity and the free development of his personality. So everyone have a right to social security to protect his life according to the law. So Article 23, right to desirable work and to join trade unions. Everyone has the right to work, to free choice of employment, to just and favorable condition or work and to protections against unemployment. And also everyone without any discrimination has the right to equal pay of equal work. So everyone have a right to disabled work. For example, you are fresh graduate, you have a right to choose your work um, and have a salary to feed your needs. Article 24, right to rest and leisure. Everyone has the right to rest and leisure, including reasonable limitation of working hours and periodic holidays with pay. For example of that is Christmas or New Year or um, Labor Day o na kanang holiday season. We have a right to rest and pay for work without work. So Article 25, right to adequate living standard. Everyone has the right to a standard of living adequate for the health and well-being of himself and of his family, including food, clothing, housing, and medical care and necessary social services, and the right to security in the event of unemployment, sickness, disability, widowhood, old age, or other lack of livelihood in circumstances beyond in his control. Motherhood and childhood are entitled to special care and assistance. All children, whether born or out of wedlock, shall enjoy the same social protection. Article 26, right to education. Everyone has the right to education. Education shall be free at least in the elementary and fundamental stages. Um, Elementary education shall be compulsory. Technical and professional education shall be made generally available, and higher education shall be equally accessible to all, and the education shall be directly to the full development of the human personality and to the strengthening of respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms. It shall promote understanding, tolerance, and friendship among all nations, racial or religious groups, and shall further in activities of the United Nations for the maintenance of peace. And also parents have a prior rights to choose the kinds of education that shall be given to their children. So everyone, not me, but also um, um, other people have a right to education. So this law indicates that whether you're poor or rich, you have a right to join to school and have an education. So Articles 27, right to participate in the cultural life of a community. So everyone has the right to freely to participate in the cultural life of the community, to enjoy the arts and to share in scientific advancement and its benefits, and also has the right to the protection of the moral and material interests resulting from any scientific, literary, or artistic production of which he is the author. So, Article 28, Right to Social Order. Everyone is entitled to a social and international order in which the rights and freedoms set forth in his declaration can be fully realized. And Article 29, Responsibilities to the Community. So everyone has the duties to the community in which alone the free and full development of his personality is possible. In the exercises of his rights and freedoms, everyone shall be subject only such limitations as determined by law solely for purpose of security, due recognition, and respect for the rights and freedom of others, and of meeting and just requirements of morality, public order, and general welfare in the most democratic society. And also, these rights and freedoms may no case be exercised contrary to purpose and principle of the United Nations. So, last but not the least, Article 30, freedom from interference of these human rights. So, nothing in this declaration may be interpreted in implying for any state, group, or person any right to engage in any activity to perform any act, aim, or destruction of any of the rights and freedoms set forth herein. So Article 30 indicate that when no shall um, we are also a freedom for this article from 1 to 30 indicates that this last article, if one person have engaged or um, disrespect this article may have a case to the human Universal Declaration of Human Rights Law. So these are the 30 um, rights or article of Universal Declaration of Human Rights Law. So the second reporter will be Nano. Please proceed.
International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. The ICCPR is a key international human rights treaty providing a range of protection for civil and political rights. The ICCPR, together with the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, are considered the international bills of human rights. The ICCPR obligate countries that have ratified the treaty to protect and preserve basic human rights. such as the right to life and woman dignity, equality before the law, freedom of speech, assembly and association, religion freedom and privacy, freedom from torture, ill treatment, and arbitrary detention, gender equality, and the rights to a fair trial, right, right family life and family unity, and minority rights minority rights. The Covenant compels governments to take administrative, judicial, and legislative measure in order to protect the rights enshrined in the treaty and to provide an effective remedy. The, the covenant was adopted United uh, by the UN General Assembly in 1966 and came into force in 1976 as of December 2018, 1712. December 2018, 172 countries that have ratified the covenant. The ICCPR applies to all government entities and agents, including all state and local governments in the United States. The ICCPR- applies to government action in all states and countries. It also applies to private contractors who carry out government function. When the US Senate ratified the ICCPR, it includes the understanding that recognize our federal system of government and especially state that the treaty shall be implemented by the federal government to the extent that is exercise legislative and judicial jurisdiction over the matters covered by the treaty, and otherwise by the state and local governments with support from the federal governments for the fulfillment of the covenant. There are some rights include ICCPR. All people have rights of self-determination. By virtue of that rights, they freely determine their political status and freely pursue their economic, social, and cultural development. All people, me for your own ends, freely dispose on their natural wealth and resources without prejudice to any obligation arising out of international economic cooperation based upon the principles of mutual benefits and international law. International law. And no case may people be deprived of his own means of subsistence. The state parties to the present covenant, including those having responsibility for the administration of non-self-governing and trust territories, shall promote the realization of the rights of self-determination and shall respect the rights of conformity with the provision of the Charter of the United States. May nako.
Anong?
Ako na? Kaya International Convention on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, ICC, wait lang. Isa, madungog ko ninyo? No.
Diri-diretso na.
No. It's a significant It's a significant treaty established by the United Nations General Assembly on December 16, 1966. It aims to protect and promote economic, social, and cultural rights globally. These rights include the right to work, social security, education, and cultural participation. The treaty entered into force on January 3, 1976. As of 2015, it had 71 signatories, indicating countries that have agreed to its principle but may not have ratified it. Additionally, it had 154 parties representing countries that have both signed and ratified the treaty. Thirdly, legally binding terms to its prevention overall the ICESCR plays a crucial role in advancing human rights and well-being worldwide. And second is Convention of Elimination of Discrimination Against Women. It means or the Convention on the Elimination of the All Forms of Discrimination Against Women is a global agreement to stop unfair treatment of women. It says that women should be treated differently just because they are women. Discrimination can happen in many areas like jobs, education, or even at home. For example, if a woman is paid less than a man for doing the same job, that's discrimination. If people believe that women should only do certain job because of their gender too, discrimination too. Violence against women, like hitting or harassing them, is also a big problem that he wants to stop. An example term of CADAW is about making sure that women and men have equal rights and opportunities and that women are safe from violence and harm. And CADAO Convention on the Elimination of Forms of Discrimination Against Women. Migrant Worker Convention. The Migrant Worker Convention is the outline of rights of individuals who work in countries where they are not citizens. Their rights include the freedom to live in the country, including their own, and the right to enter and remain in their own country at any time. There are also protections from torture, slavery, and forced labor. Additionally, they have rights to freedom or truth, religion, expression, and protection against arbitrary interference of the prevention of property. Furthermore, migrant workers have the right to equality before the court, ensuring fair treatment under the law. This prevention aims to safeguard the dignity and fundamental rights of migrant workers and their families in migrant conversion. Para to guys.
Next reporter will be Roger Barlon. Proceed, please. Off audio, ano.
Migrant Workers Convention. The Migrant Workers Convention outlines the rights of individuals who work in a country where they are not citizens. Number one is freedom to live in a state, including their state of origin, and the right of any to enter and remain in their state of origin. This right typically includes the freedom to live in a state, uh, such a country, and return to one's state of origin or residence. It ensures that individuals have have the ability to travel freely in their own country and internationally without restrictions from other governments or other authorities. This right is often enshrined in constitution laws, and international treaties as a way to protect individuals' autonomy and ensure equal opportunities for all citizens.
Anong
Number
paki-off
two,
sa imuhang audio?
not to be subjected to any torture or to cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. This principle prohibits any form of torture, cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. It is fundamental human right recognized globally. This means individuals cannot be objected to physical or mental suffering, humiliation, or other degrading treatment, whether by state authorities or any other treaty. This right aims to protect human dignity. 3. Not to be held in slavery or forced in compulsory labor. The concept we are referring to is a fundamental right that are held in slavery or forced compulsory labor. This right ensures that individuals cannot be subjected to a condition where they are deprived other freedom and forced to work against their will. It prohibits practices such as human trafficking, debt bondage, and forced labor, recognizing the inherent dignity and autonomy of any person. This right is recognized by various international treaties, laws, and conventions, aiming to protect the individuals from exploitation and ensure their freedom and dignity. 4. Right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. The right of freedom of thought, conscience, and religion is a fundamental human right that protects individuals' ability to hold and express their beliefs, opinion, and religious conviction without interface or coercion from governments of other authorities. It ensures that people have the liberty to choose their religion or belief system, change it if they wish, and practice it openly, both individually and community with others. This right is recognized and protected by various international treaties, laws, and constitutions worldwide as it is essential for personal autonomy, dignity, and the promotion of tolerance and diversity in societies. 5. Right to hold opinions without interference and freedom of expression. The right to hold opinions without interference and freedom of expression is a fundamental human right that protects individuals' ability to form and express their opinions freely without interference from governments or other entities. This right encompasses the freedom to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media, regardless of frontiers. It impart information and ideas through any media, regardless of frontiers. It plays a crucial role in fostering an open and informed society, promoting place a role in fostering an open information in the society, dialogue, and ensuring the free exchange of diverse perspectives. This right is recognized and safeguarded by various international treaties, laws, and constitution, emphasizing its significance in upholding democratic principles and individual autonomy. 6. Not to be subjected to arbitrary or unlawful interference. This fundamental human right ensures that individuals are protected from unjust and illegal actions by government or other authorities that may infringe upon their privacy, personal life, or other basic freedoms, which seeks to safeguard individuals from arbitrary or unauthorized instructions into lives and activities, promoting the principle of fairness, justice, and respect for human dignity. This right is recognized and upheld by various international treaties, laws, and constitutions for prevent unwarranted interference in individuals' life. Number 7 is right against arbitrary deprivation of property. The right to property, the right to property protects against the arbitrary of disproportionate force of interference. Such interference can take the form of deprivation or the form of limitation of rights. It can even take form when the interference effect and enjoyment of the right to property. 8. Right to liberty and security of a person. Almost a person must not be subjected to arbitrary arrest or detention. A person must not be deprived the other person liberty except on grounds and in accordance with procedures established by law life. Liberty and security of a person is stated in Article 3 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, whereas Article 9 forbids arbitrary arrest, detention, or exile. These provisions are of great importance for mentally disabled persons who are subject to unlawful detention. Last is number 9, right to equality with national before courts. Right to equality before the law. The law is the same for everyone and should be applied in the same manner to all. All are equal before the law and are entitled without any discrimination to equal protection of the law. Migrant Workers Convention. That's all.